Greetings, fellow Grimdark readers and listeners. Welcome to the Grim Factory. I am your host, Mr. Eccentric, and bringing you the best Grimdark reactions that I can muster, along with some other things and stuff. So today today's fan fiction is going to be from Raytonisation, and it's by Raytonisation, and it's called Even Rocks Break, Muffins Side Story. Now, I actually seen some of Raytana's other videos, even her Raytana Fix, and I've even seen the whole Muffin series, but I haven't seen the whole series in like a long, long time. So maybe one day I'll have to binge watch the series one day. And even her Raytana Fix, because I haven't seen those in a long time either. But now normally I would give a warning, but I don't really need to. There's a warning in the video.
Story time!
Story time!
Warning: contains somewhat mature content, including language, brief violence, or mild sexual themes, and may not be suitable for people under age 14.
And 18. So yeah, please take that warning. Please take that warning. Heck, I'll even give you a few seconds to click on to something else. The rest of you, stay here. Are they gone? Are you sure? Okay. I'll even put a warning in the title and in the description to make sure you get the warning. Okay? Are you sure they're gone? Okay. Let's do this. I'm probably expecting this is gonna be pretty intense.
It had been a few weeks since Pinkie Pie left the rock farm to go to Ponyville, and in that time, her parents and sisters had sunk back into their old, miserable habits. Inky and Blinkie Pie tried to keep their happiness alive, but it was difficult when their parents were so strict and cold. The only thing the Billies had to make them happy was baking cupcakes, but they couldn't do it very often because their parents kept them hard at work.
Yeah.
The sisters were outside in the afternoon sun, and Inky Pie was loading.
Man, I haven't seen a Muffin Side Story, even a Muffin story. It's so long. It feels so good to be back.
Smiling at a little brown lizard in front of her. Inky kept glancing at her, and then looking around the farm quickly, as if she were keeping watch for something. "You're such a cutie, Peppo," Blinkie cooed at the lizard, gently stroking its tail with her hoof.
By the way, I'm hoping that Raytana makes a fan fiction of Blinkie because I want to get to know her character a lot more, because throughout these stories she hasn't really developed much as a character. She was kind of just there.
If she could keep it as a pet. Cloudy denied her request and told her to release the reptile. Extremely upset, little Blinkie disobeyed her mother and kept the lizard in a small box, taking it outside to play every now and then while Inky Pie worked, while at the same time
I've heard that kind of story before.
In case they discovered her sister's pet. The heat was unbearable, and Inky Pie leaned against the wheelbarrow, panting and sweaty. She closed her eyes for a mere moment when she suddenly heard a shout from afar, and her eyes snapped back open. "Limestone Pie!" exclaimed Cloudy Quartz, galloping toward her lavender daughter. Blinkie tried to hide her pet, but it was too late. Cloudy spotted the little lizard, and her eyes grew livid. "I told you no!" "But why, Mama?" Blinkie Pie cried.
Yeah, why?
Getting Peppo close to her. "He doesn't eat much, and he's small. He doesn't take up a lot of space." "Material possessions are a distraction from hard work and moral value," Cloudy said angrily. Inky Pie cautiously approached the scene, eyeing her mother carefully. "We do not subject ourselves to such obstacles." "Mama, he's a living creature, just like you and me. He's not a material possession," Blinkie Pie argued, but Cloudy Quartz smacked the filly across the face.
Oh!
She dropped Peppo with a yelp. Inky Pie furrowed her brow, becoming enraged. "Do not talk back to me," Cloudy snapped. "And speak properly. It is you and I, not you and me." Blinkie went to grab the lizard again, but just as she did, Cloudy leapt forward and stung the poor
I did not expect that.
By the time she was done with it, it was nothing but a bloodstain on the earth, and Blinkie Pie was sobbing. She jumped to her feet and faced her mother. You killed him! She screamed, and Cloudy raised her hoof again, preparing to
My heart
strike,
is...
but Inky Pie
We're
dashed
only
between them,
3 minutes in,
protecting
my
her
heart is
sister.
pounding
She
already.
stared intensely
It's
into the
only a
side
side story.
who glared back. Limestone, said Inky calmly, not tearing her gaze away from Cloudy. We must follow our parents' orders. Mama and Papa know what is best for us. You are lucky to have a sister like Marblestone, Cloudy Quartz spat at Blinky Pie. Now get back to work, both of you. Their mother stormed away, and Blinky sat in the dirt and cried. Inky Pie put her arm around her sister, holding her close. I'm sorry I had to pretend.
I mean, I know these guys are Amish, but
I didn't want you.
don't you think that's a bit harsh to treat your own as slaves?
Your temper and act like a good filly around our parents. How do you do it? Blinky Pie sniffled, staring at the remains of her beloved pet.
Oh, and by the way, I have this ball too.
Yeah,
Stop my heart from pounding so fast.
I do get angry, Inky admitted, but I hold it in. We need to stay strong if we're going to survive living here without Pinkamena. In order to do that, you're going to have to try and stay calm. Don't talk back to Mama and Papa. Keep your cool. I'll help you as best I can, but I just don't want you getting hurt. You're so strong.
I can relate with that.
Smile, hugging her older sister. You're like a rock. Mama was right. I am lucky to have a sister like you. Come on, let's get back to work before she catches us slacking off, said Inky Pie, standing up. Tomorrow is Saturday. If we work hard today, maybe Mama and Papa will let us take a break and we can make cupcakes. Okay, agreed Blinky Pie, rubbing the bruise on her face, and she too got back to her feet. She began assisting her sister, piling rocks into the wheelbarrow and trying to forget her dear Peppa. The next day, Cloudy Quartz and her husband, Igneous Rock, allowed their daughters to have some free time, which they used very efficiently. They ended up wandering away from their own farm to the next one, knocking out a teenage pony that lived there while she was working, and dragged her to
Oh, I just remembered that they make cupcakes out of ponies. I kind of forgot that they did that. It's been so... I'm sorry, it's been so long since I've read the series.
Working outside, so they were not interrupted. When the cupcakes were finished, the sisters ate a couple, then left 2 on the counter for their parents and placed the rest in a basket. The 2 of them carried their remaining pastries into town, where there was a market, and began offering them to other ponies in exchange for bits.
Where is your younger sister?
Asked a stallion who had just bought a cupcake.
The pink one.
Oh, I'm sorry, Raytana, but that voice is just laughable. I'm sorry. I know you're doing your best, but...
Said the stallion.
She will be exposed to the temptations of
Oh.
society. You two know better than to run off, do you not?
Blinky Pie's face grew pink with anger,
I'm
but
sorry,
Inky
I can't
Pie
get over
rubbed
that
the back of her
voice.
sister's arm to calm her down. Yes, sir, Inky Pie said with a light nod. The stallion nodded back and gave the filly a single bit. After he walked away, she gritted her teeth in annoyance. I hate this place. How dare he insult Pinkie Pie? Blinky squeaked, trying to keep her voice down. He knows nothing about her. She's the one who showed us it wasn't a sin to be happy. I know, Inky Pie sighed. Shove it off. Let's finish selling these cupcakes and get back home. Blinky Pie nodded sadly, walking next to her sister.
I'm guessing their parents are kind of like how I read some MLP fanfics, like like I said in one of my older videos, this fanfiction is sad and you should feel sad. But we can't have any happy moments because you should feel sad. This is a sad fic.
She and her material items were not welcome in their community.
I'm sorry if that's if that's not how you interpret it, but that's just how I interpret things. And that's maybe why I don't read that many sad fics, aside from My Little Dashie. That one got me in the heart. I cried on the inside.
Yes, the pony confirmed. I hear the record's perfect for little Philia like you. Good music for you and sister. Inky Pie stood next to Blinky Pie, staring at the
That accent sounded like that almost sounded like Luna from Friendship is Witchcraft.
She didn't have a problem with Pinkamena owning one, Blinky pointed out. Yes, but Pinky got away with a lot of stuff after she got her cutie mark. Ever since she left, Mama has been even more strict than she was before. Music good for soul, said the gypsy, patting the record player gently. Good for growing foals, make you happy. How much? Inky Pie asked her. How much you got? The gypsy pony inquired. Inky set down her basket, which now had bits instead of cupcakes, and counted them. Only 10 bits, she replied sadly. Record player go for 15, said the gypsy. But I give to you for 10 because I like you. I has no business.
Oh yeah,
to let
that's
you
definitely
come to
Russian.
me and buy from me. You are
Because I think the
so
accent in Friendship is
Inky
Witchcraft
Pie
was
said, and they
Austrian.
dumped their bits out of the basket and onto the blanket. Then Inky carefully heaved the record player into the basket, along with the 3 records that the gypsy had, gave her a
8
cheerful
minutes in.
farewell, and headed home. Let's hide it in the closet, Inky Pie said softly to her sister when they entered their bedroom. We'll play with it tomorrow while Mama and Papa are working. This is so cool, said Blinky Pie as they pushed the music player into their closet. I can't wait to hear those records. We'll have to keep it at a low volume, added Inky, closing the door. Marblestone, limestone, dinner, called Cloudy Quartz briskly, and they left their room to sit at the kitchen table. After being served and all 4 of them were seated, Igneous Rock said grace, and they began to eat. A few minutes of silence went by, and then Inky Pie spoke. Mama, Papa, did you see the cupcakes we left you? She asked softly. Her parents gave her a disapproving look.
Marblestone, you know it is impolite to speak during dinner.
Igneous said firmly. I just wanted to make sure you got them, Inky Pie continued, her voice even quieter now. It was a really good batch. We wanted to share them with you. Yes, we saw them, Cloudy Quartz said impatiently. We threw them out. Why? Blinky Pie shouted, and her sister tensed. You love our cupcakes!
We allowed Pinkamina's inappropriate way of life cloud our judgment,
said Igneous.
Now that she is gone, we have decided not to take part in such reckless acts.
What is reckless about eating a pastry? Blinky inquired angrily. Cupcakes are a luxury.
These parents are very judgmental.
They are not a necessity. Blinky Pie was about to retort, but Inky silenced her by setting a hoof on her knee. Fuming, Blinky returned to her dinner, and they
Like I
all
said,
ate
these
in
guys,
silence.
their parents are like
When
sad
dinner was
fix vibe
finished
taking
and
physical
Billy had
form.
their dishes, they returned to their room and got into their beds. Igneous and Cloudy briefly bid them good night, but then left them alone to get sleep. I hate them so much, Blinky Pie whispered through the darkness. Cupcakes are a luxury food. They're not a necessity. What bull crap! I know, Inky Pie agreed, but at least they're not prohibiting us from baking them. It's only a matter of time, muttered Blinky. Inky Pie remained silent, trying to calm her own anger, for she too was infuriated by their parents' behavior. She missed her little pink sister so much she contemplated running away with Blinky Pie to go to Ponyville as well, but she wasn't entirely sure if that was a good idea. The sisters fell asleep.
I mean, you two
thinking
don't
about
know
how
it, but
nice
you
it
have
would be
another,
to party
have a
with them
4th
without
sister,
brightening up the day.
and a sister that is
The morning came, and
absolutely
after breakfast, the entire
terrifying.
family went to work. Igneous Rock and Cloudy Quartz were moving rocks in front of the farm, whereas Inky and Blinky Pie were in the back. However, after a few minutes, the 2 of them snuck back inside and ran to their room, pulling the record player out of the closet. Close the door, Inky said softly, and Blinky Pie obeyed, closing their bedroom door. Then they both sat on the
I was
floor
about to
next
question
to
why
each
is there a
other, and
record
Inky
player,
Pie
but then
gently
again,
set the record on
I
it,
thought, oh wait,
placing
it's
the
an
music
alternate
piece
universe, so I
like
shouldn't
this
question
and
it.
allowing it to play.
Or
What came out
question
was
it.
some very happy and fast-paced piano music, and both Billies immediately grinned wide. It's so energetic, Blinky squealed quietly, and they giggled together.
Well,
bobbing
there
their
goes
heads
the
in time
plastic
to the
bottle.
song. The zippy tune made them
I'll
forget
pick that
their
up later.
troubles,
I had to
and their
focus.
anger toward their parents ebbed away as the piano tune carried on. All of a sudden, the door burst open, and the sisters jumped in fright as they turned to see their mother in the doorway, staring at the record player. Blasphemy! Cloudy Quartz snarled, and she rushed in, stamping on the machine with both front hooves, smashing it to pieces. Mama! Blinky Pie shouted, horrified. I am sick and tired of your materialistic ways, Cloudy yelled at the younger Billy, and then her eyes snapped onto Inky Pie. Marblestone, how could you be so irresponsible? You are supposed to be a good influence on your sister. Inky Pie stared at the remnants of their record player. Her mouth
A
gave
good
way, and
influence,
after a
more like
moment, she
a
stood,
sad
staring at her
influence,
mother,
because
her
this
brow
whole thing
furrowed,
is
and
you're
looking
trying to
beyond.
make
We
everyone
bought
sad.
that record player with our hard-earned money, she said calmly. You had no right to destroy it. Excuse me? Cloudy Quartz hissed, narrowing her eyes.
Exactly.
Where did you get money? We sold some of our cupcakes, Inky replied.
Yeah.
We worked hard, and instead of simply sharing them, we've decided to sell them to the ponies in town. We earned that money, so we bought the record player from a gypsy. It was ours, and you had no right to. Inky Pie was interrupted by a hard smack in the face, delivered.
Again?
Blinky Pie gasped, holding her
Jeez.
hooves to her mouth, and Inky's eyes were wide as pain
Are the
thrilled.
Amish really this harsh, or are these just bad bad Amish parents?
How dare you? Cloudy growled, bringing her face close to Inky's. You disrespect me, your own mother? I gave you life. I provide food and shelter for you, and this is how you repay me? You cannot expect to receive special privileges just because your youngest sister is a careless harlot. You are not to eat dinner tonight. You will go hungry to pay for your disobedience.
Dang!
Stared at her mother, her violet eyes glowing. Then she calmly walked around Cloudy and left the room. Where are you going? Inky Pie! Blinky called frantically as her sister continued down
They're going to the cave.
It's
In that cave, things are gonna go down. I know it.
Limestone Pie, if you go after her, you will be going hungry tonight as well, she said. Blinky ripped away from her and ran to catch up with Inky Pie, leaving her furious mother behind. Inky, where are you going? She asked desperately as she followed her sister out of the house. Inky Pie did not answer.
And just in case it gets loud, I'm gonna turn the volume down.
Say something. Are you okay?
Only a little bit.
To me? Still, no answer came. Blinky Pie gave up.
I apologize. It's dark and I think my my brother's in my room, in his room, and my mom's I think she's asleep. So I have to keep the volume down. I'm sorry. I really need to record these in the day. Okay.
She had never seen her older sister lose it before. She was usually so laid back, even when their parents did something to anger her. Now her voice was filled with rage, and her yells of fury echoed around the cave. Stupid bitch! Inky shrieked, grabbing a
Okay.
large rock
I knew
and
things
throwing
were
it as hard as she
already,
could
they're
against
going
the
down.
wall, where it shattered into fragments.
No, chill.
Stupid fucking bitch! I hate
No,
you!
chill.
I hate
No,
everything
chill.
about you!
Chill.
She chucked
Chill.
a rock, which Blinky Pie had to avoid, or it exploded on the ground near her, and the chunks flew in her direction. You and Papa
I prepared just
fucking
this line so I
rotted
could
out!
say for this
Tears
moment.
streaming from Inky Pie's eyes as she cursed both her parents, throwing rocks.
I knew this was gonna happen, so I prepared a line.
She wanted to
Chill.
Blinky Pie whimpered, her lip trembling as she curled up in a ball. Inky Pie sobbed and continued to scream, letting out all frustration and anger she had held in for so long.
Note to self, never build up your emotions, otherwise you'll go in no chill mode.
It cracked in half, and Inky Pie was suddenly blinded by an intense sparkle that came from the stone. She recoiled.
It's okay. You can stop now.
What? She said out loud, and then lowered her arm from her face, taking a step closer to the two rock halves. Blinky Pie stared at it as well, her jaw dropping. Inside the rock was a mass of vibrant purple crystals, which glittered in the sun that was shining through the mouth of the cave. The rock was a large geode.
Oh, we're 15 minutes in and we're halfway
Picking
through.
up one of the halves and inspecting it. Suddenly, another flash illuminated the cave, but this time it came from behind Inky, and she dropped the geode in surprise. When the light faded, she looked around.
I've actually seen geodes before, and they're absolutely beautiful. You need to check one out on Google Images.
Your flank! Look at your flank! Perplexed,
She got her cutie mark.
behind her at one of her flanks and gasped. There was a round cutie mark that resembled the sparkling purple geode. Her squeal of delight echoed just as her screams had, and Blinky Pie ran up to her, hugging her tightly. I got my cutie mark, Inky cried, tears still falling from her eyes, though now they were tears of happiness. The fillies hopped up and down in excitement, celebrating the event, but after a moment, Inky's grin slowly faded. Wait, but why? Said Blinky Pie thoughtfully, rubbing her chin. I think maybe it symbolizes something.
Yeah, it symbolizes one
What could it possibly
thing.
symbolize? Asked Inky in confusion. Well, think about it, Blinky continued. You've been tucking away all your rage for years, keeping this hard exterior as a facade. You're strong, Marblestone, like a rock, but even rocks break. The geode symbolizes that you have more to you than meets the eye. You're not just a rock. You've got personality and charisma, and you shouldn't hide it just because it doesn't fit in with the other rocks.
Like
you
me.
shouldn't be afraid to be yourself. Our parents can't control us forever. You know that. I guess bottling everything up wasn't very healthy, Inky Pie mumbled.
Exactly.
No,
I know how you feel, Marblestone. And I forgot to mention, at times, this series can be actually very relatable, even though these characters are going to be, well, the villains in the future.
You are damn scary when you're mad, Blinky Pie said with a laugh. Show that rage to Mama, and she will never hit you again. I don't think that's a good idea, said Inky Pie. Whereas I can't.
Not really. I think she would probably punch you in the face. I'm just saying.
Papa will do any good. I just need to stand up for myself more, and if I get smacked in the process, so be it. Maybe you had it right all along, Blinky. We can't just pretend to go along with their lifestyle if it makes us unhappy. All the same, if we fight too hard, we'll be even more miserable. We need to find a medium between the way you were doing things and the way I was doing things, agreed Blinky Pie. But as long as we have each other, we'll be fine. You're still a rock, Inky. You're just more interesting. Inky Pie giggled and hugged her sister again.
Yeah.
The two of them stayed in the cave until it got dark, and when they returned home, their mother wouldn't even look at them. Knowing they weren't allowed to eat, the sisters went to their room, cleaning up the broken record player. After a bit, Igneous Rock came in, looking surly.
You two had no right to do what you did,
he grumbled, and Blinky pursed her lips. However, Inky Pie gestured for her to stay silent and approached her father. I got my cutie mark today, she said, showing her flank. Igneous blinked in surprise. I threw a fit and broke a rock that turned out to be a geode. I'm a strong
A very
Philip,
beautiful
but
geode.
you two have pushed me too far for too long. I won't let you put a damper on mine or Limestone's life anymore.
Oh!
Don't speak to me that way,
said Igneous, a bit intimidated by his daughter's glare. Tell Mom and
Things
I
are about to get
and
real again.
Inky Pie said calmly, though her cold gaze did not soften.
Your mother has the right to discipline you,
Igneous argued, but his voice wavered slightly. Fine, Inky said with a shrug, but you won't break me again. Try your best to push me down all you want. It's your problem, not mine.
We are the parents. You do as we say.
Okay. Igneous
Okay.
looked extremely bewildered.
I mean, if you
and
want
shook
to
his
treat
head,
your
leaving the
young
room
like
to
slaves,
close the door
then
behind him.
and yeah,
Inky
but
Pie
one day,
crawled
or
into bed
one
with a
day,
cool
karma
smile
will
on her
catch up with
face.
you.
We still have to abide by their rules, don't we? Asked Blinky Pie softly, tucking herself into bed as well. Yes, replied Inky Pie, but we're not going to pretend to be okay with it. Not anymore. At some point, we'll be able to leave this horrible place. When that time comes, we'll be free, and maybe someday they'll get what's coming to them. I can't wait, said Blinky
Oh,
Pie
they
with a
will.
smile, and Inky
They
went over to
will.
the candles sitting on their nightstand. Without another word, the two sisters closed their eyes and went to sleep.
Oh man. And so that was even Muffin side story, even Rock's break. And I want to say it's what I expected, but at the same time, I didn't expect anyone to get hurt in it, especially upset Marblestone and Limestone. I didn't expect that. I really didn't expect abuse to be in this. I mean, I know they were harsh to Obsidian. I didn't think they would be harsh to them. And yeah, I did kind of expect Marble to Stone to kind of lose it, and so that's why earlier on I prepared a line so I could yeah have something clever to say. Spoilers, I guess. But overall, as a comeback story after a pretty long hiatus after the last main story, this is definitely a pretty great comeback, right, Tana? Even though like I said, that male voice, it's absolutely laughable. I'm sorry. I know you're doing your best, but I guess, but that voice is just too laughable. But so my overall thoughts on this fan fiction, it's a good story and definitely a great comeback to the Muffin series. Even though I do know it's on hiatus, we still get audio narration, so it kind of feels like it's not really on hiatus. It's just that writing things on DVD, the written versions on DVD are gonna be on hiatus. But anyway, I hope all of you enjoyed that grimdark fan fiction as much as I did, and I hope you all stay tuned for my next vid, which I don't know what I'm gonna do next, but it's probably gonna be something different, or something else. Have a good day, and like always, stay grim.